Well, I'm somebody in Jesus. You can't talk about me no more. Well, let me tell you why.
Bless you. This is Brother Hubbard of the Kingsley Terrace Church of Christ here in the city of Indianapolis, Indiana. May God bless your soul. Good to have you with us on this evening. We've been doing a series of lessons looking at Romans 11 chapter verse 33 through Romans chapter 12 verse 2. We've seen already that basically God declares to his people that we are all dumb, naive, and broke. We are dumb because we can't comprehend God. You'll never understand what God is doing. Why? Because we are limited to the realm of experience that we have. Your ways are not God's ways, neither your thoughts God's thoughts. As high as the heavens above the earth, so are God's ways, God's thoughts above ours. You cannot ever think like God. It's a reality that comes for all of us to comprehend. We are all dumb when compared to understanding the things of God, Romans 11, verse 33 through verse 36. But Paul goes on to say, not only are we dumb, he declares that we're naive. He says, can you give God counsel? If God doesn't know what to do, will God call you up and ask for direction? Paul makes it very clear. God will not ask you for direction because you're naive. We're all naive. None of us are in a position where you can actually declare to God, here's the best process, Lord, that you ought to take. Thirdly, he implies, he said, who has loaned God something? Does God owe you some money? He doesn't owe you anything. The reality is we're all dumb, naive, and broke. We're broke in the sense that financially or in any kind of context, nothing that you have belongs to you. Your brain was a gift. The family that you were born in was a gift. That you're in this country is a gift. There's nothing that you've earned at all. God has given you all that you have. Your children were not your children. How could God let me lose my child? It wasn't your child in the first place. That child always belonged to God. That mate belonged to God. Everything you have is a gift. And when you begin to understand that, you begin to see how God's trying to bless you. So how does one be wise in this world? How does one make decisions? Understand that the knowledge is the gathering of information, but wisdom is knowing what to do with that information. So how does one become wise in this world when you don't understand anything or comprehend anything that's happening? All you can see are the things that you can see. Do you not realize all around you right now, there could be countless angels and you couldn't even see them? There's a world around you that you cannot see. So how does one function? Paul declares, first of all, in verse 1 of Romans chapter 12, first thing he says, if you want to deal with the greatness of God, how do you function in a world when you understand how great God is? Number one, he says, give your body to God. That's the first thing you got to do, friend. We talked about in our last lesson. And then verse 2, he says, but be ye not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. Once you decide, I need to give my body to God, stop sleeping around, stop getting high, stop going out there drinking, cut out going to the club, stop smoking all that stuff you're smoking, cut all the bad habits out. Take control of this body. Start eating more fruits and vegetables, cut all that bad food out. Take control of your body. Understand, first of all, God wants you to control that body. Secondly, he says take control of your mind. The second thing you got to do, friend, before you control your body, you got to control your mind. It's your mind that controls your body. You need a new mind. The Bible declares inside this passage that he implies inside the text in verse number 2, he gives the insight. You got to convert your thinking. You need a new mind. Every day of your life, you're fighting on a battleground. You wake up in the morning when your radio comes on, when the television comes on, once the phone begins to ring, somebody passes by you, a billboard's up in the air. There's a battle taking place. There's a fight for your mind. God wants your mind. He wants you to have a brand new mind. He suggests inside the text that he wants, instead of being conformed, he wants you transformed. The word transform here is the same word used in Matthew 17 that the Lord's body was transfigured. He was transfigured on called the Mount of Transfiguration. The word is metamorphos. A metamorphosis take place when your body so changes and transforms. I've seen the movie The Hulk. The Hulk is a mild Bruce Banner, all of a sudden gets angry. He morphs or changes into the Hulk. God wants to change your mind, take over your mind, because he understands if he ain't got your mind, he'll never have your body. The reason your body act like that, it is wild and out of control. He wants to give you a brand new mind to control that body. Next week, we'll talk about that will that controls the mind. May God bless you.
When I came up, I was somebody. When I came up, I was somebody. I'm a child. child of King Jesus. I can walk right. I can talk right. I can sing right. He gave